Greetings, brothers and sisters, and welcome to the Peace Institute Words of Inspiration. I am your brother, Dr. Naquan A.H. Muhammad. And for the last 2 weeks, we've been dealing with the word influence. And today, we're going to once again deal with the word influence. Someone asked me a question recently about what kind of influence was I trying to have with the title of my upcoming book, Why Are Black People So Dumb? Someone asked what kind of influence did I expect to have with such a title. They wanted to know, was I being derogatory, and was I putting down or criticizing the people in whom I was born from. And I explained to them that the influence over my life is the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that is now being spoon-fed to you and I today by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And that influence has caused me to adequately and accurately question everything in my life. And the reason for me writing a book entitled, Why Are Black People So Dumb? When the book is released, the very forward and the introduction to the book will answer some of those questions. Tonight I'm going to give you a sneak peek, a small preview of what will be coming in that book. And the foreword reads as such. I want to start by thanking all of those who are the inspirational reason for this book. But there are also those who should be hit in the head for being the reason a book like this could be written. Nevertheless, through the eyes of a descendant of slaves and the first generation out of sharecropping who was born and raised on the mean streets of Brooklyn, the harsh realities of life in America are revealed, and some analytical evaluation of how we got in the condition that we find ourselves today. Now, from my humble vantage point, we would like to critically look at how we got to this point, and do we have a direction that we are going in, not just as a few individuals, but as a whole ethnicity. All of my life I have contemplated why black people as a whole sit at the bottom of the educational and economical totem pole. A group of people that have achieved the highest honors in academics and have the strongest consumer power, but are still at the bottom, makes no sense to me. Black people who have contributed in every aspect of American development. In fact, the people that have built this country on their backs and were and are still the thriving labor force. Now, how do I ask, can a group that has given so much receive so little in return? How? Because black people must be dumb. What you will find as this book progresses is that I'm just critically asking some questions on how, why, and who is responsible for us not being able to obtain and maintain our everyday needs and necessities. Why is it that every other ethnic group can come to this great country and be able to thrive and create industry and be able to produce food, clothing, and shelter for themselves and their progeny? For people that have been here for over 400 years and have dedicated and contributed so much to this society. This book is just simply asking us how and why. So no, I'm not being derogatory. nor am I in any means putting down the people of my birth. For how can I put down a people that have contributed such wonders to humanity? How could I put down the very original people of the planet? How can I put down the people who built the pyramids and every other great society that has blessed our planet? I could never put down such a marvelous and wonderful group of people. I just want us to ask some very critical questions. So once again, in the spirit of defining the word influence, the reason why I have decided to embark upon this project is to excite, to electrify, and to mobilize black people to ask some critical questions that we may be able to heighten our consciousness and advance our activities, that we can obtain and maintain the basic necessities of food, clothing, and shelter for ourselves, to be able to provide love, peace, and happiness first for ourselves, to provide freedom, justice, and equality first for ourselves, so that we can then have life, liberty, and be able to pursue our individual goals and aspirations. This is the kind of influence that this project, I am hoping and praying, will start to motivate our people behind. Once again, I want to thank you for these few moments. The Peace Institute, where positive education always corrects errors. Remember, brothers and sisters, that the race is not to the swift, but to those who can endure to the end. And that quitters never win, and winners never quit. I am your brother, Dr. Naquan A.H. Muhammad, wishing you peace